What's up, TCG Hunters? Kinetic here, and I'm back with a new booster mix video for you guys. I've got 5 packs, and I've got 2 of these Monster Hunter TCG starter decks that I said I was going to open up. We're going to do both of those and take a quick look at this now out of print Monster Hunter TCG. Before we get started with this opening, I want to give you a heads up and let you know, in case you missed it, I did both an Ultimate Stride booster box opening and also 2 Pokemon Sun and Moon Burning Shadows starter deck openings this past week, and that was a lot of fun. I am looking forward to doing more Pokemon stuff here really soon. There is a lot of Ultra Prism stuff on the way right now in the mail to me. It's kind of ironic that here I live in Japan, and yet I have to wait extra long and pay an extra cost to get Pokemon stuff in the language I need it in for personal and for YouTube use. The Ultimate Stride was also really fun. I'm probably going to get either another Ultimate Stride box or maybe wait and get a different box from another release. Alright, so first we're going to start with the booster packs, so let me grab my handy dandy scissors and we're going to get started in looking at and talking about Zillions of Enemy, or ZX, or Zekatsu, whichever you want to say. This is obviously a Japanese TCG. This came out and was marketed as the first free collectible card game and was released in 2012. I remember seeing this in many of the anime manga shops that I was going to a lot of. Are there any kind of special codes or anything like that? I'm not sure what this is. It's definitely not a it's definitely not a playing card, so I'm gonna put that off to the side. Actually, it's nothing. Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. It's some kind of insert. It doesn't have a code or anything on it, but it does represent a card in the game. I'm not sure. Very interesting. I've never actually, like many of these boosters that I'm opening in these videos, I've never actually looked at these and seen what's inside of them before. So it's just as fresh for me as it is for many of you, I'm sure, out there. So let's take a look at the cards. It's got a very interesting back to it. And yeah, I do remember actually more now going through, like I said, some of the anime and manga shops here in Japan and seeing these big pamphlets and kind of paper play mats that you could easily grab for free. And what they mean by the first free collectible game is that what they would do in Japan's TCG shops is they would give out these free decks to get players started, and then if they want to collect more, and wow, yeah, I can see why people would want to collect more. The card art is really nice, isn't it? And now it seems we've gotten into the rare section here in the back. Very nice. So this was produced by a combination of Nippon Ichi Software and Broccoli. Very nice glitter action going on there in these last 2, most likely higher rarity. Next up we have some Yugioh action. Now Yugioh is another one of those TCGs like Pokemon before. I don't think I really need to give you guys an introduction. Most of you know or have heard of Yugioh by now for sure, right? But I will just say a few bits about Yugioh while I'm at it. The game was first launched by Konami, of all companies, originally in 1999, and it has been one of the biggest sellers in TCG history, holding many records. And it also has a very iconic look to it, doesn't it? This game doesn't really look like any other game, other than, I want to say, that it kind of looks similar to Magic the Gathering. And, well, I think it's safe to say also, not that this is a bad thing, but I think it's safe to say that Yu-Gi-Oh! Wanted to be part of the massive success that Magic the Gathering had achieved for itself. That is a very nice looking card, by the way. This foil here, let's take a closer look at that in the camera. That is sweet. Next pack we have Force of Will. Force of Will was first released in Japan of December 2012 and then later released to English-speaking countries in 2013, which is pretty common, right? With a lot of these card games, they come out first in Japan, and then they blow up, and then they start getting printed in English for other regions like North America, Europe, etc. We've got some kind of paper thingy here. Aha! Yep, that would be a QR code there. I don't think there's anything else there. So I've not collected a whole lot or seen a whole lot of Force of Will. This is from the most recent cluster, or the first part of the most recent cluster, the Raya cluster, Ancient Knights. And to be honest, and to give you guys a heads up, I've already got a big box of more Force of Will stuff on the way. So if you like Force of Will and you want to see my impressions from the Raya cluster more, then definitely keep your eyes open for more videos, because like the Vanguard and the Ultimate Stride, I will be doing an opening like that. The cards are pretty sweet. I like how there's a mixture of not just cute anime characters, but also some really badass looking like elementals and monsters. And wow, look at this thing. That is one fluffy looking creature. I like it. I'm seeing a lot of dinosaurs lately, or maybe I'm just noticing them more thanks to Monster Hunter World. Anybody else out there playing Monster Hunter World? I can't get enough of it. I really want to do more videos of that soon, and I'm really looking forward to this starter deck opening that we're about to do. That's really nice. I like that. Oh, look at this card. Holy crap. This looks sweet. This is an SR card. It says down there in the bottom next to the card's ID. It's got a very interesting, and I can feel it too. See the gloss and the matte printing on this card. You can actually feel it ever so slightly, not a whole lot, but you can actually feel that as a texture. That is really nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards in a Force of Will booster. Pretty nice. I like that. I mean, if people are happy with Konami only giving them like, what was that, 4 cards or whatever in the Yu-Gi-Oh pack, then I guess, you know, then to each his own. But when I open a pack, especially if I paid like $3 or $5 for it, I want to count some freaking cards, man. Anyway, next up we have Duel Masters. Now, speaking of kind of riding on the success of other TCGs, which I am pretty sure that Yu-Gi-Oh did after Magic the Gathering, it's then I think the same theory can be applied to Duel Masters, which came out in 2002, became hugely popular, probably again in the wake of Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon, and did very well for itself. So here's the look of the cards. Duel Masters on the back. I like that. It's a nice looking logo. Wow, look at that though. Holy crap. That is a sweet foil effect right there. It's also, hang on a second. Oh, it actually has Duel Masters printed in as text. You can see it right there, can't you? That's interesting. I've not seen that done in a foil style before. That's cool. I like that. We got 5 cards in that pack of Duel Masters. Looks pretty good. I've not been into Duel Masters. Again, I'm very picky on what TCGs that I get into. So this series is really about my impressions of cards and their packs for the very first time. Now this, I believe, is not something that hardly anybody has seen, because it, like many of the packs that I open, is Japan only. And on top of that, I believe that this is also released very recently here in Japan. I think maybe 2017. I'm not sure. I tried to look up information about all of these card games, especially the ones that I'm not familiar with, to understand when they were released and what regions they're available in. And there's just nothing except for like in really hard kanji that I still struggle with after all these years. But Reincarnation Gear Nova is a pretty sweet looking game, just from some of the card art that we've seen. And by we, I mean me and Kanako. She pointed this out in particular, and she really liked the card designs and the characters of this game. Now they have a weekly night that they do at the local card shop, Yellow Submarine, for this game and for many of the TCGs that I show off here on the channel. Except maybe Luck and Logic. I don't think they do any more Luck and Logic nights, but they do for Nova. They have something going on for Nova. These are nice looking cards. I also like the layout and the printing of things here on the cards. It's very easy on the eyes. Some of the card games, Bushy Road card games in particular, are very loud looking, really wild, which isn't a bad thing. I mean, it's all depending on taste, right? The Vanguard cards can be really loud looking cards. This is more kind of chilled out, I think, and I like that. I like that too. We're getting into the higher rarity cards now here in the back for sure. Was this our first foil? Wow, look at that. It's a horizontal style too. I'm going to show that to Kanako later. I think that she's really going to like that. I told her if she likes them, then she should start getting some packs. We got another one here. Woo! Look at that. That is sweet. Oh, I like that. The fragments coming off of the card there. That looks really, really cool. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards here in the Nova TCG. Available currently only in Japan. I don't know how successful this game is doing. It seems like it's doing okay. Hopefully it doesn't go the way of like Luck and Logic, which really seems like it's on the downswing, unfortunately. All right, so we're through the booster packs. Now let's get into the Monster Hunter TCG starter decks of the bow and the bowgun. Let's see, which one should I open first? Should I open the bow or should I open the light bowgun pack first? Let's start with the bow. We got a Pokemon TCG coin-like item here. It's really strange to me that they couldn't make this game succeed and that they couldn't keep it going. After all, it's Monster Hunter. They have a huge fan base. TCGs are really popular here in Japan. It's really, yeah, it's very, very mysterious to me why this game would go under with so many things that are propping it up, you know, and giving it a nice momentum right out of the gates. The card art looks good. I don't know what any of the game mechanics are like. There we go. Got ourselves a Tigrex. I don't know anything about the game's mechanics or anything like that. I've only recently found out that this game even existed and that there was another one that had a more colorful, a new TCG that they tried to do. It was more colorful, more cartoony looking. This is a more mature art style for sure compared to the newer one that they did. But I really like this. I feel like this best fits the Monster Hunter styling with the art and the font and the card design. Look at the back. Like this is just classic looking Monster Hunter right here. Stylings in and out. Really, really nice looking. So we're getting a bunch of repeats because, of course, this is a starter deck. So we're going to see multiples of the same card. Now, something interesting I noticed is it looks like we've got numbers that are presented normally like this. That's obviously a 6, and then it looks as if that would be a 10, right? Same with this back here. You can see that it becomes a 5 when you flip it over, or maybe when that's the opponent's perspective of the card. I'm not sure. There's our weapon, the bow. Maybe that's an upgrade to this character and what it's capable of doing. Just guessing. It's really cool to see though. Like they use also the same weapons, right? The same monsters, the same armor designs, everything from the classic Monster Hunter games. The icons as well down there in the bottom looks really cool. I like that. Is that okay? Yeah, we got another. I character card here. You know, now that I've given some of these cards like a really close look, like look at how different these two cards are. This is clearly a hand-drawn 2D image, but this looks like it was pulled from one of the games. This looks like one of the characters rendered in 3D, and then they took a screenshot of it and then printed it there on the card. That's interesting. I don't know if any of these other cards... Yeah, actually that does kind of look like it was maybe screenshotted from the game. Some of these, it's interesting. Some of these are hand-drawn, and then some of these are clearly 3D renders. Looks like they're cooking something. We've got a potion or a consumable icon there. Pretty cool. Oh, that's a sweet card right there. I like that. The perspective is really nice. So there we go. There's the bow cards and the bow deck and what they look like. Card quality feels nice, looks nice. I imagine it will play nice as well. I'm really tempted to know more about what the mechanics are like with this game, to see if maybe Kanako can help translate the kanji for me, and maybe we can play a game or two to better understand how the game is played and if it's fun. Got some pop out pieces here as well, printed on cardboard. And then we've got this. I'm guessing that this is a playmat. It has to be, and it's freaking awesome looking too. Like, I haven't even unfolded it, and it looks so sweet. Look at that. Oh my god. As I thought, it's basically designed like a Monster Hunter map in the game. That's really cool. I like that. And then finally we've got this. I'm guessing this is the instruction manual. It's printed in color. Always a plus. Yeah, I'm definitely going to show this to Kanako and ask her if she can give me some more info on what's going on here, because this looks interesting. And if I could find more of the starter decks, or maybe even booster packs if they had any, I'd be interested in collecting them just for collection's sake. And you know, again, maybe Kanako can help me translate the kanji, and we can better understand the actions and the gameplay of what's going on here. But that's kind of difficult because these are, again, they're hard to find, and from the ones that I did find, these two here, reasonably priced, I want to say, compared to some of the other sellers that I saw, and they were trying to get like 50 bucks for one of these, and I was like, yeah, that's not gonna happen, dude. That is really sweet looking. I love that. And the light bowgun is one of my favorite weapons in Monster Hunter. The heavy bowgun is also really, really fun. I have a hard time deciding in a lot of hunts when I'm going and I'm thinking about range, like which one I prefer. Oh, that Tigrex! Look at that. That is awesome looking. I like that even better than the other Tigrex you saw in the other deck. Although that one had a really like classic, kind of iconic pose to it. That one looked really, really badass. This shark thing, man. I can't remember its name, but yeah, I remember this bad boy. A lot of these, yeah, again, these monsters are pretty much hand-drawn. And now we're getting to the weapons section, which again appears to be the 3D models just screenshotted and printed. And there's really nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that in my opinion at all. I think it looks pretty good. It blends more or less well enough with the rest of. This is interesting too. Look at this. We got the ammo and what is that? The potion on the side there. Listed on the side of the card. I don't remember if it had that on the bow cards. It probably did. Yeah, it did. Looking at these again here, you can see it's got the same thing. We got the coating and potion. Interesting. Cool. I like how many different styles of weapons that they've got here in the starter decks. It's really nice. And look at that. That is kind of a contrast, though, isn't it? And it's almost almost a bit too much of an abrupt contrast suddenly between these two cards, isn't it? I'll tell you what though, I mean, even though this game is out of print, and maybe the most recent one that they're doing, I believe, what's it called? Hunting card? Monster Hunter Hunting card or something like that, TCG. I mean, no matter how many times they fail, I really hope that eventually that they get it right and that they have a TCG with really great mechanics, with really cool images and an authentic feel to the Monster Hunter games in a TCG format, because it just really feels like a match made in heaven. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up for this video, third of its kind in this series of mixed TCG booster packs. I'm picking these up from the local card shops here in Japan. Many of these games I've got little to no experience with, so it's a chance for me to get to know the games, look at the cards, and give my impressions. If you are a fan of any of these games, and I'm sure there's got to be at least some Yu-Gi-Oh fans, maybe some Force of Will fans, show your support for these TCGs, and then depending on the kind of response that I get, I may pick up more of those from that game and show them off here on the channel. For example, I've noticed a lot of people have shown their support, and there generally seems to be a lot of fans of Force of Will and the new Raya cluster, so I've got more of those coming up soon. Until then, let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Click the like button to support TCG videos here on the channel, and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next video. Thanks again for watching. This is Kinetic, and I'll see you next time.